Chosen One, what I'm about to reveal will fundamentally transform your understanding of who you are at the most basic biological level. Because your blood type isn't random, isn't coincidental, isn't just a medical fact relevant only for transfusions and donations. Your blood type carries spiritual significance that ancient traditions understood, that indigenous wisdom recognized, that esoteric teachings preserved through centuries while modern medicine reduced it to mere biology, to simple chemistry, to nothing more than antigens and antibodies without acknowledging the deeper truth that your blood carries frequency, holds memory, transmits information that goes far beyond what flows through your veins, far beyond what pumps through your heart, far beyond what science can measure with its limited instruments and materialistic paradigms. Tonight you're going to discover exactly what spiritual traditions say about your blood type, what ancient wisdom reveals about your divine assignment based on what runs through your veins, what esoteric knowledge confirms about your purpose connected to the very essence that keeps you alive, that sustains your physical form, that carries life force through every cell of your body. This isn't superstition. This isn't pseudoscience. This isn't New Age fantasy disconnected from reality. This is ancient knowledge, preserved wisdom, traditional understanding that recognized connections between physical and spiritual, between material and mystical, between biology and destiny, that modern materialism has dismissed, has denied, has ridiculed into obscurity, but that chosen ones are now remembering, now reclaiming, now recognizing as truth that was always there, that never disappeared, that simply waited for the right moment, for the right people, for the right consciousness to emerge and receive it again. Your blood type reveals something profound about your spiritual assignment, your divine mission, your cosmic purpose. Different blood types carry different frequencies, hold different memories, transmit different information at levels that biology acknowledges in cellular communication. But spirituality extends far beyond the physical, far beyond the material, far beyond what science can currently measure or explain through frameworks that deny consciousness, that reject spirituality, that refuse to acknowledge that we are more than biological machines, that life is more than chemical reactions, that existence involves dimensions beyond the purely physical reality that materialism insists is all there is, despite millennia of human experience confirming otherwise, despite centuries of spiritual traditions teaching otherwise, despite decades of quantum physics suggesting otherwise. Let me tell you what traditions say about type O blood, because this is where humanity began. This is the original blood type. This is what our ancestors carried before other types emerged through evolution, through adaptation, through changes that occurred as humanity spread across the planet, as people encountered different environments, as consciousness itself evolved and required different biological vehicles, different physical expressions, different material forms to house the spiritual essence that needed to accomplish specific missions, that came to fulfill particular purposes, that incarnated for definite assignments requiring precisely calibrated biological equipment, including blood type that wasn't random but was chosen, was selected, was determined by spiritual forces, that knew what physical form would best serve the mission, what biological configuration would optimally support the purpose, what material vehicle would most effectively house the consciousness coming to do specific work. If you have type O blood, traditions say you carry the warrior frequency. You embody the protector archetype. You incarnate with assignment to defend, to guard, to fight for what's right, to stand against what's wrong, to put your body, your life, your very existence on the line when necessary, to protect the innocent, to defend the vulnerable, to guard the sacred, to preserve what matters against forces that would destroy it, corrupt it, eliminate it from existence. You are not here for comfort. You are not incarnated for ease. You are not walking this planet for safety. You are here to fight, to protect, to defend, to serve as warrior in battles both visible and invisible, both physical and spiritual, both material and energetic. Type O blood carries the oldest memories, holds the deepest wisdom, transmits the most primal frequencies of human consciousness from times when survival required constant vigilance, when existence demanded warrior mentality, when life meant fighting daily against threats both human and animal, both natural and supernatural, both physical and spiritual. Your blood remembers when humanity lived closer to nature, when people maintained connection to spiritual realms, when individuals understood they were part of larger cosmic order that required them to fulfill specific roles, to perform particular functions, to serve definite purposes that were not about personal comfort but about collective survival, not about individual achievement but about tribal well-being, not about ego satisfaction but about cosmic balance. If you have type O blood, you feel this in your bones, you sense this in your gut, you know this in your soul, even if you've never articulated it consciously. Even if you've never studied ancient traditions, even if you've never read esoteric teachings about blood types and spiritual assignments, you know you're a warrior. You know you're a protector. You know you're someone who stands between danger and those who need defending. Someone who puts yourself in harm's way to keep others safe. Someone who fights battles that others either can't fight or won't fight because they don't have your frequency, your assignment, your specific biological and spiritual configuration that makes you warrior, makes you protector, makes you guardian of what's sacred, what's innocent, what's valuable and needs defending against forces that would destroy it, corrupt it, steal it, eliminate it. Traditions say type O individuals are natural leaders not because they seek leadership but because crisis reveals their capacity, because emergency demonstrates their ability, because danger shows their natural tendency to take charge, to organize response, to coordinate defense, to rally others into coherent action when chaos threatens to overwhelm, when fear threatens to paralyze, when danger threatens to destroy everything that matters. You don't want to lead. You lead because someone has to, because the situation demands it, because people need someone to follow, and you're the one whose blood type, whose spiritual assignment, whose divine purpose includes stepping into that role when necessary, when required, when circumstances demand it. Type O blood also carries shamanic frequency according to many indigenous traditions, suggests capacity for spiritual warriorship, indicates assignment that involves fighting in realms beyond the physical, defending in dimensions beyond the material, protecting in spaces beyond the visible where battles rage that most people never see, never sense, never acknowledge, but that are absolutely real, absolutely dangerous, absolutely necessary to fight if light is to prevail over darkness, if good is to triumph over evil, if love is to defeat fear in the eternal cosmic struggle that plays out across all dimensions, across all realms, across all realities simultaneously. If you have type O blood and you've experienced spiritual warfare, if you've sensed attacks from non-physical dimensions, if you've felt yourself fighting battles that aren't visible to others but are absolutely real to you, this is confirmation of your assignment, validation of your purpose, evidence of your specific role as spiritual warrior, as metaphysical protector, as defender in realms beyond the physical where type O frequency, where warrior consciousness, where guardian energy is desperately needed, is critically important, is absolutely essential for maintaining balance between light and dark, between good and evil, between forces of creation and forces of destruction. Type O individuals often feel called to military service, to law enforcement, to firefighting, to emergency response, to any field that involves protecting others, defending the innocent, standing between danger and those who cannot defend themselves. This isn't coincidence. This isn't personality preference. This is blood type expressing spiritual assignment through physical career choices, through material life decisions, through visible manifestations of invisible purposes that type O frequency. That warrior consciousness, that protector energy came here specifically to fulfill. But your warriorship isn't limited to physical battles, isn't confined to material conflicts, isn't restricted to visible confrontations. Type O spiritual assignment includes fighting for justice in courtrooms, defending truth in conversations, protecting integrity in businesses, guarding authenticity in relationships, maintaining boundaries in families, preserving values in communities, standing for principles in cultures, holding the line against corruption in institutions, against deception in systems, against manipulation in structures that depend on people not fighting back, not standing up, not defending what's right, because defending requires warrior frequency, requires protector consciousness, requires guardian energy that Type O blood carries, that Type O individuals embody, that Type O chosen ones incarnated specifically to express in world desperately needing warriors, critically requiring protectors, absolutely depending on guardians who won't back down, won't give up, won't surrender even when outnumbered, even when overpowered, even when victory seems impossible, because Type O warriors don't fight because they expect to win, don't defend because they guarantee success, don't protect because they're promised safety. They fight because fighting is right, defend because defending is necessary, protect because protecting is their purpose, regardless of outcome, regardless of cost, regardless of personal consequence. Now let me tell you what traditions say about Type A blood, because this blood type emerged later in human evolution, appeared as humanity transitioned from hunter-gatherer societies to agricultural civilizations, manifested as people learned to cultivate land, to build communities, to create stable societies requiring different skills, different consciousness, different spiritual assignments than the nomadic warrior cultures that came before. Type A blood carries the cultivator frequency, embodies the builder archetype, incarnates with assignment to create, to establish, to develop, to nurture, to grow, to build civilizations, to establish communities, to create structures that support human flourishing, that enable collective thriving, that facilitate cultural evolution. If you have Type A blood, traditions say you are here to build, to create, to establish, to develop systems, structures, institutions, communities, cultures that serve human needs, that support collective well-being, that facilitate spiritual evolution through material manifestation, through physical creation, through tangible construction of forms that house consciousness, that shelter communities, that protect cultures across time, across generations, across centuries of human development. You are not warrior fighting external battles. You are builder creating internal structures. You are cultivator growing what needs to grow. You are organizer establishing order where chaos threatens. You are planner developing systems where randomness would fail. Type A blood carries memories of agricultural revolution, holds wisdom of settled communities, transmits frequencies of cooperative labor, of collective effort, of organized work toward common goals requiring coordination, requiring planning, requiring systems thinking that Type A consciousness naturally possesses, naturally expresses, naturally manifests in approaches to life, to work, to relationships, to everything. You think systematically, you plan methodically, you organize naturally. This isn't personality. This is blood type expressing spiritual assignment through cognitive patterns, through behavioral tendencies, through natural inclinations that serve your purpose, that fulfill your mission, that accomplish your assignment as builder, as cultivator, as establisher of structures that endure, that last, that serve generations beyond your own lifetime. Traditions say Type A individuals are natural organizers, gifted administrators, talented managers, not because they seek control, but because they see how things should be arranged, how systems should function, how structures should operate to serve their intended purposes efficiently, effectively, sustainably. You understand organization not as imposition of arbitrary rules, but as expression of natural order, as manifestation of inherent patterns, as implementation of cosmic principles that govern how things work best, how systems function optimally, how structures serve most effectively. Type A blood also carries healer frequency according to many traditions, suggests capacity for nurturing, indicates assignment that involves growing things, whether crops in fields, children in families, students in schools, patients in hospitals, employees in businesses, communities and societies. You are cultivator of human potential, nurturer of emerging capacities, developer of latent abilities in others, in systems, in structures. Your touch helps things grow. Your attention facilitates development. Your care enables flourishing. This is Type A frequency. This is cultivator consciousness. This is builder energy expressing through relationships, through work, through life. If you have Type A blood and you felt drawn to teaching, to healing, to counseling, to any profession involving helping others develop their potential, grow their capacities, flourish in their lives, this is confirmation of your assignment, validation of your purpose. Evidence of your specific role as cultivator, as nurturer, as developer of human and systemic potential. You're not here to fight battles, you're here to grow gardens, you're not here to wage war, you're here to build civilization, you're not here to destroy enemies, you're here to cultivate friends, to develop allies, to nurture communities where people can thrive together, can flourish collectively, can evolve spiritually through material cooperation, through physical collaboration, through tangible mutual support. Type A individuals often feel deeply responsible for maintaining order, preserving systems, protecting structures that serve collective good. You feel personally wounded when institutions fail, when systems break, when structures collapse, because you understand intuitively. You sense deeply, you know fundamentally that chaos hurts everyone, that disorder damages communities, that structural failure creates suffering that could be prevented through better organization, through improved systems, through more effective structures. This is your spiritual assignment calling you. This is your divine purpose activating in you. This is your cosmic mission expressing through you as concern, as care, as commitment to building and maintaining and protecting and improving systems, structures, institutions that serve humanity. But your building isn't limited to physical structures, isn't confined to material systems, isn't restricted to visible institutions. Type A spiritual assignment includes building consciousness structures, establishing thought systems, creating conceptual frameworks that help people understand reality, that support collective wisdom, that preserve cultural knowledge across generations. You are architect of ideas, builder of concepts, establisher of paradigms that shape how people think, how communities function, how cultures evolve. This is sacred work. This is divine assignment. This is cosmic purpose that Type A blood carries, that Type A individuals embody, that Type A chosen ones incarnated specifically to fulfill. Now let me tell you what traditions say about Type B blood. Because this blood type emerged even later, appeared as humanity expanded into diverse environments, manifested as people adapted to radically different climates, different geographies, different ecosystems requiring flexibility, requiring adaptability, requiring nomadic consciousness that could thrive anywhere, that could survive everywhere, that could flourish in any environment through capacity to adapt, to adjust, to modify approach based on circumstances, based on conditions, based on what each unique situation requires. Type B blood carries the nomad frequency, embodies the adapter archetype, incarnates with assignment to explore, to discover, to venture beyond known territories, both physical and mental, both geographical and conceptual, both material and spiritual. If you have Type B blood, traditions say you are here to explore, to discover, to venture into unknown territories, to go where others haven't gone, to try what others haven't tried, to think what others haven't thought, to be what others haven't been. You are not bound by convention. You are not limited by tradition. You are not constrained by expectations. You are free spirit, independent thinker, unconventional being whose very existence challenges norms, questions assumptions, disrupts established patterns that need disrupting, that require questioning, that demand challenging if evolution is to continue, if growth is to happen, if humanity is to advance beyond where it currently is, beyond what it currently knows, beyond how it currently functions. Type B blood carries memories of nomadic peoples, holds wisdom of adaptable cultures, transmits frequencies of independent consciousness that survived by being flexible, by being creative, by being willing to do things differently than they'd always been done when circumstances required new approaches, when conditions demanded novel solutions, when survival depended on thinking outside boxes, acting beyond boundaries. Living without limitations that would doom those who couldn't adapt, couldn't adjust, couldn't modify their approach when environment changed, when situation shifted, when reality demanded flexibility. Traditions say Type B individuals are natural innovators, gifted creators, talented artists, not because they seek to be different, but because they naturally see different possibilities, naturally perceive alternative options, naturally recognize unconventional solutions that others miss because others are constrained by training, limited by conditioning, bound by programming that Type B blood somehow resists, that Type B consciousness somehow transcends, that Type B frequency somehow operates beyond. You think differently. You see differently. You are different. This isn't rebellion. This is nature. This isn't defiance. This is assignment. This isn't problem. This is purpose. Type B blood also carries mystic frequency according to many traditions, suggests capacity for transcendent experience, indicates assignment that involves bridging different worlds, connecting separate realms, translating between cultures, between paradigms, between dimensions. You naturally move between spaces where others get stuck. You easily transition between contexts where others get trapped. You fluidly adapt to environments where others get rigid. This is Type B frequency. This is nomad consciousness. This is adapter energy expressing through flexibility, through creativity, through capacity to be many things, to wear many masks, to play many roles without losing core self, without abandoning authentic identity, without sacrificing essential nature. If you have Type B blood and you felt like you never quite fit anywhere, never quite belonged completely, never quite found your tribe, this isn't failure, isn't deficiency, isn't problem to fix. This is confirmation of your assignment, validation of your purpose, evidence of your specific role as bridge, as translator, as nomad whose very existence connects different worlds, different communities, different paradigms by being part of multiple spaces without being wholly contained by any single one, by moving between various contexts without being permanently trapped in one particular box, by adapting to diverse environments without losing the core self that makes you uniquely you, regardless of where you are, who you're with, what you're doing. Type B individuals often feel called to creative work, to artistic expression, to innovative fields where unconventional thinking is valued, where different perspectives are needed, where fresh approaches solve problems that traditional methods can't address. This isn't coincidence. This isn't personality preference. This is blood type expressing spiritual assignment through career choices, through life decisions, through visible manifestations of invisible purposes that Type B frequency, that nomad consciousness, that adapter energy came here specifically to fulfill. But your innovation isn't limited to artistic creation, isn't confined to conventional creativity, isn't restricted to recognized fields. Type B spiritual assignment includes innovating ways of thinking, creating new paradigms, developing fresh frameworks that help humanity evolve beyond current limitations, beyond present constraints, beyond existing boundaries that worked for previous stages but that now restrict next levels of development, that now limit further evolution, that now contain expansion that needs to happen, that must occur, that will occur through Type B bridge builders, through Type B paradigm shifters, through Type B consciousness innovators who incarnated specifically to free humanity from boxes too small, from structures too rigid, from systems too inflexible for where consciousness needs to go next, for what humanity needs to become next, for how reality needs to evolve next. Now let me tell you what traditions say about Type AB blood, because this is the newest blood type, the rarest blood type, the most recently emerged blood type that combines both A and B frequencies, that merges both cultivator and nomad consciousness, that integrates both builder and adapter energies into unique synthesis, into rare combination, into unusual blend that creates something entirely new, something genuinely different, something authentically unique that isn't just A, isn't just B, isn't simple combination, but is emergent property, is synergistic creation, is evolutionary development that transcends both sources while honoring both origins. If you have Type AB blood, traditions say you are here to synthesize, to integrate, to unify what seems opposite, what appears contradictory, what looks incompatible. You embody both cultivator and nomad, both builder and adapter, both organizer and innovator. You can be systematic and spontaneous, structured and flexible, organized and creative. This isn't contradiction. This is complexity. This isn't confusion. This is sophistication. This isn't problem. This is gift, is power, is capacity to hold multiple perspectives simultaneously, to navigate multiple realities concurrently, to operate in multiple paradigms at once without cognitive dissonance, without mental conflict, without psychological tension that would tear apart those who can't integrate what you naturally synthesize, who can't unify what you naturally blend, who can't harmonize what you naturally balance. Type AB blood carries the newest memories, holds the most recent wisdom, transmits the most evolved frequencies of human consciousness, developing capacity to transcend either-or thinking, to embrace both and knowing, to operate from integrated awareness that recognizes truth isn't found in choosing between opposites, but in synthesizing both poles, in integrating both extremes, in unifying both sides into higher truth, into deeper wisdom, into more complete understanding that honors all perspectives, includes all views, embraces all positions from vantage point beyond where conflicts exist, beyond where contradictions appear, beyond where opposites seem irreconcilable. Traditions say Type AB individuals are natural diplomats, gifted mediators, talented peacemakers, not because they avoid conflict, but because they understand all sides. They perceive all perspectives. They recognize validity in multiple positions that others see as mutually exclusive, that others experience as fundamentally opposed, that others believe cannot coexist. You see how both can be true. You understand how all have merit. You recognize how peace comes not from one side winning, but from higher synthesis that honors all, includes all, transcends all through integration rather than elimination, through unity rather than victory, through harmony rather than dominance. Type AB blood also carries catalyst frequency according to many traditions, suggests capacity for transformation, indicates assignment that involves facilitating change, enabling evolution, supporting development in others, in systems, in cultures, by your very presence, by your very being, by your very existence, that demonstrates integration is possible, that synthesis is achievable, that unity is real even between what appears opposite, what seems contradictory, what looks incompatible from limited perspectives, from narrow viewpoints, from restricted awareness. If you have Type AB blood and you felt like you're somehow beyond categories, somehow outside classifications, somehow different from both types you technically combine, this is confirmation of your assignment, validation of your purpose, evidence of your specific role as synthesizer, as integrator, as unifier of opposites, as bridge between worlds, as translator between paradigms, as catalyst for evolution beyond dualistic thinking, beyond either-or consciousness, beyond limited awareness that gets trapped in false choices, in manufactured conflicts, in artificial oppositions that dissolve when viewed from integrated perspective, from unified awareness, from synthesized consciousness that Type AB blood carries, that Type AB individuals embody, that Type AB chosen ones incarnated specifically to demonstrate is possible, is real, is achievable. Type AB individuals often feel called to healing work, to counseling, to mediation, to any field involving helping others integrate their own contradictions, synthesize their own opposites, unify their own divided selves. This isn't coincidence. This isn't personality preference. This is blood type expressing spiritual assignment through career choices, through life decisions, through visible manifestations of invisible purposes. That Type AB frequency, that integrator consciousness, that synthesizer energy came here specifically to fulfill. But your integration isn't limited to personal healing, isn't confined to individual therapy, isn't restricted to private counseling. Type AB spiritual assignment includes integrating collective consciousness, synthesizing cultural paradigms, unifying human awareness beyond tribal identities, beyond national boundaries, beyond racial divisions, beyond religious separations, beyond all artificial distinctions that fragment humanity, that divide consciousness, that prevent recognition of fundamental unity underlying apparent diversity, fundamental oneness underlying seeming multiplicity, fundamental wholeness underlying visible fragmentation. Now let's talk about RH factor, because this adds another dimension to understanding, another layer to meaning, another aspect to spiritual significance of blood type. RH positive and RH negative aren't just biological markers, aren't just chemical differences, aren't just medical distinctions. They carry spiritual meaning that traditions have recognized, that esoteric teachings have preserved, that chosen ones are now remembering. Traditions say RH-positive individuals carry earth frequency, embody grounded consciousness, incarnate fully into material reality with complete integration into physical dimension, into biological existence, into earthly experience. If you're RH-positive, you're meant to be here. Meant to engage fully with material world, meant to participate completely in physical reality, to enjoy earthly pleasures, to experience human emotions, to engage bodily senses, to be present in flesh, in form, in matter, without resistance, without conflict, without the sense of not quite belonging that some others experience, that some others feel, that some others struggle with throughout entire lifetimes. RH-negative individuals, according to many traditions, carry star frequency, embody cosmic consciousness, incarnate with one foot in material reality and one foot in other dimensions, with partial presence in physical world and partial awareness in spiritual realms, with divided attention between earth and elsewhere, creating sense of not quite fitting, not quite belonging, not quite being fully here that RH-negative people often describe, often experience, often struggle to explain to others who are RH-positive, who are fully grounded, who are completely integrated into material reality in ways that RH-negative consciousness isn't, can't be, wasn't meant to be, because RH-negative assignment involves bridging dimensions, involves maintaining connection to non-physical realms, involves serving as anchor point for cosmic frequencies, for stellar consciousness, for extraterrestrial intelligence seeking to influence Earth evolution, seeking to guide human development, seeking to support planetary ascension through individuals who can receive their transmissions, who can hold their frequencies, who can anchor their consciousness into material reality through biological vehicles that are RH-negative, that are cosmically attuned, that are stellar programmed. If you're RH-negative, you've probably felt different your entire life, felt like you don't quite belong on this planet, felt like you're meant for something else, somewhere else, some other reality that you remember but can't quite access, that you long for but can't quite reach. that you know exists but can't quite prove to others, to yourself, to anyone except through this persistent feeling, this undeniable knowing, this absolute certainty that you're not from here, not fully of this place, not entirely earthbound, even though your body walks on earth, even though your form lives in matter, even though your vehicle operates in physical dimension. This isn't delusion. This isn't fantasy. This isn't escape from reality. This is recognition of reality, of spiritual truth, of cosmic assignment that Rh negative blood carries, that Rh negative consciousness embodies, that Rh negative individuals incarnated specifically to fulfill by maintaining connection to dimensions beyond Earth, to realms beyond physical, to sources beyond material that need representation on planet, that need voices in humanity, that need anchors in physical reality to transmit their guidance, their wisdom, their frequencies into human consciousness, into earthly systems, into material structures through individuals whose blood type, whose biological configuration, whose genetic makeup allows them to receive these transmissions, allows them to hold these frequencies, allows them to anchor these consciousness streams that are helping humanity evolve, helping planet ascend, helping reality transform beyond current limitations, beyond present structures, beyond existing paradigms. Traditions say Rh negative individuals often have psychic abilities, often experience paranormal phenomena, often encounter non-human intelligences, whether called angels, aliens, spirits, guides, or any other terminology describing beings from dimensions beyond purely physical, from realms beyond strictly material, from realities beyond exclusively earthly. If you're Rh negative and you've had these experiences, if you've sensed these presences, if you've encountered these beings, this is confirmation of your assignment, validation of your purpose, evidence of your specific role as cosmic bridge, as stellar anchor, as dimensional translator between Earth and elsewhere, between human and other, between material and mystical. Some traditions say Rh negative blood doesn't originate from Earth, suggests extraterrestrial seeding, indicates alien intervention in human genetics, in species development, in evolutionary process. Whether you interpret this literally or metaphorically, whether you understand this physically or symbolically, whether you accept this materially or spiritually, the point remains. Rh negative blood is different, carries different frequencies, serves different purposes than Rh positive blood that is Earth native, that is planet specific, that is purely terrestrial in origin, in function, in assignment. Now let's talk about what all of this means collectively, about what spiritual significance of blood types reveals about human diversity, about consciousness evolution, about divine plan that requires different types of people, different kinds of consciousness, different forms of spiritual assignment to accomplish collective purpose, to fulfill planetary mission, to achieve cosmic goal that can't be accomplished by one type alone, that can't be fulfilled by single consciousness, that can't be achieved by uniform humanity but requires diversity, requires difference, requires variety of blood types, of spiritual assignments, of divine purposes working together, cooperating consciously, collaborating intentionally toward shared goal of human evolution, planetary ascension, cosmic transformation. You are not random biological accident. Your blood type is not meaningless chemical coincidence. Your Rh factor is not insignificant genetic variation. You carry specific frequency, embody particular consciousness, incarnate with definite assignment that your blood type reveals, that your genetic markers confirm, that your biological configuration validates as true, as real, as absolutely accurate information about who you are spiritually, what you're here to do practically, why you incarnated specifically at this time, in this place, with this body, with this blood, with this consciousness. Understanding your blood type's spiritual significance helps you understand your assignment, helps you recognize your purpose, helps you embrace your role in larger cosmic drama, in planetary transformation, in human evolution that's happening now. that's accelerating rapidly, that's requiring all hands on deck, all types present, all assignments activated, because what's coming, what's emerging, what's manifesting requires everyone doing their part, fulfilling their function, accomplishing their mission according to their type, according to their frequency, according to their specific spiritual assignment. If you're type O, embrace your warrior nature, claim your protector frequency, step into your guardian assignment. The world needs you fighting battles, defending innocence, protecting what's sacred, maintaining boundaries against forces that would destroy what matters, corrupt what's pure, eliminate what's necessary for collective survival, for planetary well-being, for cosmic balance. If you're type A, embrace your builder nature, claim your cultivator frequency, step into your establisher assignment. The world needs you creating systems, organizing structures, building institutions, nurturing communities, growing capacity, developing potential in people, in organizations, in cultures that need your systematic thinking, your organizational gifts, your capacity to create order from chaos, sustainability from crisis, endurance from emergency. If you're type B, embrace your nomad nature, claim your adapter frequency, step into your innovator assignment. The world needs you exploring possibilities, discovering alternatives, creating innovations, thinking beyond boxes, acting outside boundaries, being different enough to show others that different is possible, that change is achievable, that evolution beyond current limitations is real, is happening, is being demonstrated through your creative life, your unconventional choices, your paradigm-breaking existence. If you're type AB, embrace your integrator nature, claim your synthesizer frequency, step into your unifier assignment. The world needs you bridging opposites, mediating conflicts, synthesizing polarities, demonstrating unity, embodying integration, showing everyone that what seems contradictory can coexist, that what appears opposite can harmonize, that what looks incompatible can unify when viewed from higher perspective, from broader awareness, from integrated consciousness that you naturally carry, naturally express, naturally manifest. And regardless of your type, if you're RH negative, embrace your cosmic nature, claim your stellar frequency, step into your bridge assignment between Earth and elsewhere, between human and other, between material and mystical. The world needs you maintaining connection to dimensions beyond physical, to realms beyond material, to sources beyond earthly that are guiding human evolution, supporting planetary ascension, facilitating cosmic transformation through you, through your sensitivity, through your difference, through your not quite fitting in that isn't problem but is purpose, isn't deficiency, but is design, isn't weakness but is assignment, requiring you to be different, to stay different, to remain bridge between worlds, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how lonely, no matter how challenging, because what's coming through you, what's being anchored by you, what's being transmitted through you is essential, is critical, is absolutely necessary for what's emerging, what's manifesting, what's being born. Your blood type matters. Your spiritual assignment matters. Your divine purpose matters. You matter not because you're special individually, but because you're necessary collectively. Because you carry piece of puzzle, because you hold part of picture, because you embody aspect of diversity required for whole to function, for collective to thrive, for humanity to evolve beyond where it is, beyond what it knows, beyond how it currently operates toward what it's meant to become, toward what it's destined to achieve, toward what it's designed to fulfill. This is your truth written in your blood, confirmed in your veins, validated in your genetic code. You are chosen. Your type proves it. You are purposed. Your frequency shows it. You are needed. Your assignment demands it. Step into your role. Claim your purpose. Fulfill your assignment. The world is waiting for you to remember who you are, what you carry, why you're here according to ancient wisdom, according to traditional knowledge, according to spiritual understanding that recognizes your blood type, reveals your spiritual assignment, confirms your divine purpose, validates your cosmic role in transformation that's happening now. that needs you now, that can't fully manifest without you now showing up, stepping up, rising up into fullness of who you are, what you carry, why you incarnated with this blood, with this frequency, with this specific spiritual assignment that only you can fulfill, that only you can accomplish, that only you can complete, because you are unique, you are needed, you are chosen, as traditions say, as wisdom confirms, as truth reveals through your blood type, connecting you to spiritual assignment, to divine purpose, to cosmic role that's yours alone to fulfill, yours alone to accomplish, yours alone to manifest in service to humanity, in support of evolution, in facilitation of transformation. That your blood type, that your spiritual assignment, that your divine purpose came here specifically to enable, to support, to accomplish through you.